What's up? Rob here, Old City Vapors, back with another video for you. This one's going to be done, a little mini series, if you want to call it that, I'm going to call it, Does This Thing Really Work? Basically, just not really a review on any particular product per se, but just kind of an overview of devices that I've used over the last year or two, and how they've held up for me, how they've worked, how they maybe haven't worked. Just basic. You see a review on something, and oh, it does this, it does this, it does that. Does it still do that 6 months down the road? Maybe, maybe not. Well, that's what this one's going to be about. Is just kind of telling you some of the things I've used, and are they still working? So, being said that, the first thing up is this little device right here. Looks kind of dorky because I don't have the beauty ring, the plinth, the whatever the hell you call that thing. But it is the Ego Twist, a 650 milliamp battery, and the twist, of course, on the bottom you can vary your voltage. This happens to be the first Ego Twist that I ever purchased. When I first started doing video reviews and whatnot, over a year ago, this was the thing I started using when I started doing juice reviews and whatnot. And you know what? It still continues to vape perfectly. The threading, 510 or Ego threading, no problem. It vapes. Does it work? Hell yeah, it's still going strong. Do I use it every day? No, not anymore, but I do still use it from time to time. I have it sitting over here in my little vape stand, and I keep it charged up. I charged it last night. I was using it last night, actually, just to see if it had a charge in it, and I was like, damn, you know what? For a little tiny battery, can't knock it, man. This thing is still going. I grab it on occasion, like if I'm going to the movies or somewhere, and I just want something that slide right in my pocket and be real small and unnoticeable for stealth vaping. This thing does the trick, man. Throw this and like a Pro Tank Mini or something on there, whatever, anything, a little small tank like that, and just vape away. Haven't had any problems with it. The only thing that I could say, which is kind of not really a problem, it's a self-inflicted problem, and that would be that little 510 pin that's in there. If you crank your tanks down on there, or attys, whatever you put on there, if you crank it down like you're putting freaking lug nuts on a wheel, you're going to smash that little thing down in there. You got to get a little screwdriver, a little flat tip screwdriver, an eyeglass repair screwdriver, works perfectly, and just basically pry that little pin up. You got to be real delicate. You got to crank it. You don't have to get the big Craftsman, lug wrench or anything to do it. It's pretty delicate. Just pry it up a little. Doesn't even seem like you move it, but as long as you don't crank your tanks down on there, shouldn't have a problem. So yeah, can I knock this thing? No, not at all. When we first originally got these, I think it was like 39 bucks. It came with two little iClear 16s or something, little charging cord, nice little fancy box. You can get these all day long now for like 15 bucks or so. They make a 650 milliamp battery and an 1100, and hell, they may make more now. I don't know, but we used to have a bunch of these, and kind of giving them away to different people that wanted to get started. You know, try vaping, and it's like, here, man, let me set you up, and gave them a little setup and got them going. Some of them have stuck with it. Some of them have kind of fallen off the wagon. What are you going to do? But as far as being a cheap, decent little battery, I really can't knock the thing. It's still working, still vapes perfectly fine, you know, after almost 2 years. So, who am I to knock it? Works for me. Does this thing really work? Yep, still does. Okay, so we'll move on to another device, also by Joytech, which is this little thing right here, the EVIC by Joytech. The intelligent vaping, what is it? I don't even can't remember now. The vapor intelligent cigarette. My wife, I bought this for her. She loved it. She read about it, you know, and said, I think I want an EVIC, you know. They're 110 bucks. I don't know if I want to spend that. So, I don't know, it was her birthday or something. And we went up to the store, and I said, oh yeah, while we're getting some juice and stuff, I said, let me grab one of these, and threw it up there. Bought it for her. And she loved it. It's one of those things that, you know, it comes with software, and you can plug it into your computer, and has all this data stuff. You can change this and that. We'd be driving down the road. What time is it? And she'd go, oh, let me look at my device. It's got a freaking clock on it. Everything. So you can see the menu is still on. Still works fine. The problem is the 510 threading in this device has pretty much taken a dump. Lasted about, I don't know, 4 months or so. My wife loved this thing, and it just took a pooper. You can see when you're screwing it in, see how wobbly that is? Yeah. Nothing. Wait a minute, we'll get vape. So if you hold it just right, kind of like you're playing a flute, it works. Contacted Joytech about it, and they were like, oh yeah, you can get a replacement head for that. It's 90 bucks. I was like, oh, excuse me, it was 80 bucks, but with shipping, it was about 90 bucks. And I was like, made my eye twitch when I heard that. I was like, why would I put 90 bucks in a new head when I can just add another 10 or 20 bucks and buy a whole brand new unit? Which at that point I wasn't going to do, because I didn't think for 110 bucks the product lasted very long. You put pro tanks in here, they just fall off. Looked it up, and I was not the only person having problems with this. Tons of people having the same problem. They came up with another head. I forget what it's called, Smart Head or something. It's basically a brainless head because it has no electronics in it. It was 20 or 25 bucks. Basically takes away all the electronics, turns it into just a battery tube that you screw an addy on, and it works. They do now, however, have a 510 adapter, thread adapter, that will screw on here onto your Ego threads, and basically makes it a little bit higher, and it will work, and that's like $6. So that's acceptable. I just haven't ordered one. This thing has been sitting in its nice little box that it comes with for probably the last 8 months or so. My wife really loved this thing. She loved goofing around with the software and all the features on it. Just way too techy for me. I like to push the button and vape. I could care less about all that. Same with phones, you know. As long as it makes a phone call, that's all I really am interested in. Yeah, there's all these other features, but you know, takes you can play games on it. You can to shoot video with it. Phone reception sucks, but everything else is awesome. You know, I just wanted something that works, and I didn't feel that this, because of the threading, you know, if they can make this little thing and the threading is just rock solid, why can't they put that in a $110 device? I don't know. Anyways, that's my problem with the EVIC. So I'll do one other little device, and that is this one. And by the way, I didn't really, you know, I wasn't expecting a whole new unit. They did do a recall on the EVIC, and they sent me a notice and said, hey, if your serial number falls within these serial numbers, we'll go ahead and replace it for you. Of course, mine was a few numbers off, and they were basically like, sorry, we'll sell you a new head though for $80. I was like, no you won't. Anyway, I didn't have that customer satisfaction with their customer service, to say it nicely. But hey, it is what it is. The next device up, the MVP 2. This one is variable voltage, variable wattage. I have literally beat the shit out of this device. It's been through hell and back. It's done several tours through hell and always came back strong. On it right now is a mini Pro Tank 2. I got some juice in here that I don't know what it is. I need to change it though, because it kind of has a campfire type taste to it. I know what it is now. It's supposed to taste like that. Anyway, this device, does it work? Yeah. Like I said, I've beat the crap out of this thing. I used to take it to work with me. I used to carry it with me every day, throw it in the truck. It bounced across the seat, hit the floor several times, fell out of the truck, hit the concrete. One time, went to the post office to mail some stuff out, and came back out. It was cold. Came back out, got in the truck. Oh dear God, it has quit working. I don't know what happened. For like 5 minutes, just would not work. Wouldn't turn on, wouldn't do anything. Probably some weird electromagnetic phenomenon going on. There's probably a ghost sitting in the truck with me or something. I don't know. 5 minutes later, I was like, wait a minute. Worked. And it's worked ever since. Crazy. I saw these on Black Friday. Everybody was having Black Friday sales. I saw a few places that had these on sale for $25. I thought about buying a couple just to have, maybe to give away or something. But you know, 59, I forget what I paid for this. I want to say it was about $60 or so. 59.95. And the thing has just been through hell and back, and still continues to just work every time you push the button. So if I was to suggest something for someone that, you know, wanted to come off of a little ego twist or something, which, who knows, you know, maybe something like this will work for your entire vaping lifestyle, whatever. you don't have to have bigger and better isn't always necessarily better. Bigger and better? Bigger and better? I don't know. But, you know, if something works for you and you're happy with it, my mom always used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, you know, there's always something that's going to give you more vapor or this. And, I mean, there's new devices coming out every day. But you don't always have to have the newest device to be a happy vapor. Even though I got a bunch of devices. But that's when it takes over more of the hobby part of it, you know. You got to have this or that or whatever. But as far as recommending a product, this thing, it's got a wrap on it right now. They don't normally come in this color. But they have all kind of crazy colors now. So maybe it does. But anyway, it's the carbon fiber black under there. But, I mean, it works, man. It works and it works damn well. So, would I recommend it to somebody? Yeah. Like I said, if you want to move up from a Sig-alike or something, you may want to skip the Ego style batteries and go straight to something like this, especially if you find them on sale. There is a new MVP2 coming out, and I think there's an MVP3 that's going to be released soon. I think the newest version of the MVP2 is going up to 20 watts or so. Haven't held one in my hand yet or tried it. But I can say that this one, I really have no complaints about it at all. It's been rugged as hell. I've even used it, you know, the switch on the bottom to charge my cell phone, because that damn thing's always going dead. I've been out in the middle of nowhere and like had to use the phone, and oh yeah, sweet, it's dead. So plug it into this and make my phone call. So it saved my ass several times that way. I've charged up I'm actually using a new microphone right now, and I've actually ran my microphone off of this. Go figure. So anyways, there you go. That's 3 devices that I have used for quite some time now. And 2 of them have been, you know, for what they are, pretty stellar. One of them, go figure, the most expensive one, has had issues and kind of been a letdown. So, like I say, just because something's expensive doesn't always mean that it's better. Especially if it's going to piss you off. I mean, vaping's all about relaxing and enjoying a good vape. And if you got to screw with something to make it work, it's just makes you want to slam it against the wall. That's not good. So anyways, that's about it for this one. I'll come back with some more devices that I've used, and we'll kind of climb the ladder a little bit and tell you what I think about them, what's worked, what hasn't, what I've had problems with. And who knows, you know, we'll do some attys or some tanks, and maybe even throw in some juice in there. There's been a lot of really good juice. There's been a lot of okay juice, and there's been some bad juice. But and there's been plenty that's just not for me. I shouldn't, if I don't like it, I'm not going to say it's bad. I'll just say it's not for me. You know, something that doesn't fit my flavor wheelhouse. Doesn't mean it's a bad juice, just means I don't like it personally. Anyways, there you go, there you have it. We'll be back with another video. I'll try to keep them somewhat short, even though this one's gone almost 20 minutes. But hey, you know me, I'll ramble quite a bit. Maybe I'll just do 2 devices at once, so I'm not keeping you hanging around forever. But anyways, if you made it to the end of this one, thanks a bunch. And as always, thanks for watching. And leave me some comments below. Tell me if you have a device that you love that's worked for you. And maybe add that device that's just been a pain in the ass and just doesn't really work at all or let you down. Does this thing really work? Yes or no? Anyways, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Thanks again, and see ya.